So first up is this shot here of a house at Gawler River. I came across this house a while ago coming back from holidays, just looked out the corner of my eye and there it was. So we turned off and took a couple of quick snaps, and I came back at a later date and got this picture here. It is one of my favorites just because anybody that knows me knows I love snooping around these old crusty houses. There's always such a story behind them. This is another one of my favourites of the Catholic Church at the end of Cohen Street in Gawler on Churchill. Just because it's so striking. I love the reflection. I love the setting sun and all the contrasting colours. It was one of those ones where it was right time, right place. This was probably mid last year, and it threw it down. And I can't remember why I was out there, but got nice and low with my 10mm and snapped almost a perfect shot. I just chose this one because it kind of is an icon of Gawler. Gawler is quite famous for its bridges, and this was another case of tumbling down the riverbank, getting down nice and low with my 10mm and pointing up at the sky, and capturing this nice picture of the bridge here. This is another one of Gawler's awesome churches. This is the Gawler Uniting Church right next to Drake's there. It just looks so awesome, you know. Again, a lot of these are with my 10mm. Get down nice and low, point up the sky. Got this magnificent picture. This is always a picture that brings up a lot of discussion with people because, as far as I'm aware, they're not the most popular just outside Gawler. I don't have a particular problem with them. And this was another case of just turning off at the side of the road. The right time, right place. The sun was shining nice and semi-low in the sky. Got it to shine right through one of those holes. Found out after I probably shouldn't have been walking on there because it is full of native grasses, but I did manage to get quite an awesome shot, and a lot of people just commented on how beautiful it makes these things look. This particular picture here was a complete mistake. I was out on the main street doing some long exposures, trying to get some nice light trails. Picked up my camera halfway through the shot, and it came out with these nice little blurs, and you can see all the trails going all the way up Murray Street, and then just that kind of shift as I've picked up the camera. But it looks really cool, lots of nice colours. This is the Rawlings Neptune service station, quite an icon of Gawler, as you'll see coming in from sort of places like Kapunda. It's just at Wilston. It's recently been renovated, so I took this picture a little bit before then. You can see all the weeds and all that sort of overgrown, and I just wandered in and took a quick snap. It's great to see it back in use again. This is the old King Street Bridge down near Gawler Central Station. The trains, as most of you know, have been out of commission for what feels like two years now. So I just jumped on the tracks, walked through the bridge, took a couple of snaps, this one and the next one, and they came out really well. Very happy with this one. It's really hard to show you these pictures on camera. This one here is from one of our now famous trains that we don't have anymore. This was done in 2016, I think. I took it as a series of before and after shots. So we had some quite bad flooding in 2016. I just walked down here towards Gawler Oval and just sat there and waited for a train to come and snapped this pretty cool shot. This was almost a throwaway picture. I do like it, but I do wish that there was more light trails on it. It's a nice long exposure of the Williston Bridge, probably maybe about 20 or 30 odd seconds. Freezing cold night, just sat there with my camera taking pictures. Again, I wish there was more light trails on it. This picture was from a little project I had called Humans at Gawler. This person here, her name's Ashlyn. She's obviously a skateboarder in the local area, and she contacted me saying that she really was interested in being part of the project, which was great because everybody else I'd have to sort out myself. She contacted me and we met down at the skate park down there at Colony Park. It was really great watching Ashlyn in action. She was trying so hard to get the perfect shot, and it wasn't happening. She was getting really frustrated, and it was really good to watch her just take a step back, compose herself, and then it was like bang, shot after shot after shot. We got so many good shots and we had such a great time taking all of these. It was really quite fascinating to speak to Ashlyn and see how she, I guess, survives in quite a male-dominated sport, and she's out there doing it for the ladies, having a complete blast. This is another long exposure taken on the main street. I contacted the owner of the Southern, and they let me get up on their balcony. I knew that from this angle we'd get some nice long trails going all the way up Murray Street there onto Adelaide Road. Decided to make colour in black and white just to make the light trails stand out a bit more. This one here is an old trolley bus that I stumbled across. So Adelaide used to have these trolley buses that would, I guess, run the same way the electric trains run, or will run, along these big wires. And this one would run all the way through Adelaide. And I found this one just outside of Anglevale, just driving along again, and saw it out the side of my eye, and there it was. It's still got all that amazing advertising on it. I did manage to find the sister bus from this. I think it's sat in a museum at St Kilda, maybe a transportation museum, but putting this one in black and white and just seeing it there in all its glory was really good. This is the St Aloysius Church over at Clare, or Seven Hills, sorry. There's a picture of my wife there. I've managed to get one picture of Kelly in, just standing outside this massive church, almost being dwarfed by it. I remember the time we went there, we just turned the corner and there was this amazing church there, and it just fascinates me that there was something that big, that grand, so far out. So this one here is in Abu Dhabi. We were able to travel to Abu Dhabi in the UK in 2019. This is the Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque. And if you've never been to the Arab Emirates, then you've got to go, because it's absolutely stunning, and this building was just phenomenal. It's, as far as I'm aware, it's a shrine to a sheikh who had passed on, but what a building. I was able to count the lines in the tiles and find the dead center, and you look at this picture, you could split it down the middle and fold it over because it's complete symmetry. This is a pit special that was doing tricks up at the Brossett Air Show. Absolutely love planes from my time in England and over here, so I love going to see air shows and seeing planes do tricks. This one is an old dog. It's been around quite a few years at most of the major air shows, so I was happy to point the camera up in the air and get this shot of it just in front of a cloud. This is from my holiday in the UK. This was taken in a place called Hengistbury Head in Dorset, down in the south of England. Went exploring with my friend Vicky, hello Vicky, to Hengistbury Head, which is just a big giant mound, a giant cliff, and it stands up overlooking Christchurch. So this is Christchurch Priory, and I just love the scale. These people in the foreground, and it goes all the way up to the background there. This is another of my little houses that I've managed to find along the way. This is at a place called Alma. Can't quite tell you exactly where that is at the moment. I think it's maybe west of Kapunda, but again, another one of those ones that I've marked on the map. I went out to explore it, stood on the road and took this amazing picture. The sun was shining right on it, got a nice blue sky right behind it. One of my favorite pictures, this one. And lastly, this was taken again in the UK. This was taken on a trip from a place called Corfe Castle over to Swanwich, which is on the coast there. This old steam train was just puffing along, and we took this thing from Corfe Castle all the way over to Swanwich, where we got out and had a good look around the coastal town. Real old English style country town, and Corfe Castle is absolutely amazing itself. As we were barreling along, I just stuck myself out and put it on a bit of a slow shutter and got this real kind of sense of speed. It's not until I blew this picture up that I realized how much I liked it.